Mike Campbell here, Boxing Talk. Rocky Juarez. Rocky, how you doing?
Doing just fine, thanks.
Good, good. You got a big fight coming up. You're on the show May 5th, Cinco de Mayo with Oscar De La Hoya and Mayweather. One of the biggest pay-per-views of all time. How's it feel to be on that card?
Feels great. Thanks, Willie.
Manager Willie Savannah.
Appreciate
Savannah's gym.
Appreciate it.
You the oldest one now. You got to go do it right.
Yeah, no, man.
Okay? Man.
Telling me, I just turned 27,
That's
man.
what we were talking about the other day now. I talked to Shelly yesterday a couple of times.
Yeah.
I wish we could be there, but, you know, it's impossible.
Yeah. Oh, man, get some rest, man. I deserve it, man. Yeah, I can see it on TV. I don't need to be there. It's going to be crazy anyway. I'd be better off right here.
But not for the fight, but just...
Oh, okay, yeah,
you.
yeah. Appreciate it, Willie.
How's it feel to be on the?
Oh, man, it's a great opportunity, man. Once they told me that it was either the 28th of May or the 5th of May that I'd be fighting, you know, I'd be the headliner of the 28th fight, which would have been an HBO card, but I believe, you know, fighting on Cinco de Mayo on the card of the De La Hoya Mayweather, the exposure and just the hype that they're doing on this card, on this one particular card, it's going to be big, man. So I was more concerned on fighting on that day, particularly because of the hype and the amount of people that are going to be watching and tuned in.
Fighting Jose Hernandez. What do you know about him?
Well, I've seen Jose Hernandez fight before they even told me I was fighting him. I've seen that he has a lot of heart. He's the type of fighter who comes in well conditioned, who takes a pretty good punch and never quits. He proved in that Jason Lissau fight that, you know, he's a fighter who's one you can't take lightly.
Yeah.
And you know, who's had a lot of amateur experience as well. He got good skills. So I mean, they wouldn't be matching me up against an opponent like Jose Hernandez on HBO on a big card like this if they knew it wasn't going to be a good fight.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. You feel like his style brings a good matchup that's going to be very exciting?
Well, definitely. I mean, I feel somebody's going to get, you know,
take some big shots.
Take some big shots. Yeah, we're going. I mean, he's a fighter whose knockout record doesn't show. I mean, you know, like a Mike Tyson. He's not so much like a flashy knockout artist, but he's a fighter who has decent power, man. And if he catches you, he'll hurt you.
In your last fight, you defeated Manuel Lucero. You looked really good. Lucero's a legitimate top 20 guy. Do you feel like that fight legitimizes you as a top fighter, a top 2, top 3 fighter?
Well, I think, you know, if you say Lucero's a top 20 guy and the way I handled him, I think, you know, I've never doubted my ability and my will to be one of the better fighters out there in my weight division. So, you know, I went into that fight pretty with jittery for the fact that I knew I had to come out impressive and make a statement for the fact that I just came off 2 defeats against Barrera. So I think it was I was fighting more the pressure and the jitters than I was fighting on Lucero. You know, I think I handled Lucero pretty easily, and I think I should have had him out of there in the second round.
So this is going to be your second fight since you made the change to Savannah's from Ray's gym and with Ronnie Shields. Talk about your training. Are you more comfortable now that you've got one fight under your belt, and what's different now from your training there?
Well, training here, I think I'm getting more comfortable. You know, I was comfortable from the get-go. I think that was one of the most important things, training with Ronnie and Brian Caldwell and training here at Savannah's. I'm from Houston, so I've been knowing Savannah for a long time, and he's always, you know, came up to me with open arms and always allowed me. You know, he was always the type of man that you know, always had his arms open for me. So that made me feel good coming into a gym where I know it was a big Juan Diaz gym, and you know, me and Juan, we've always had respect for each other. So there's no friction between us. So you know, I think we wish the best for each other, and I think that's what it's about. You know, two fighters from the same city trying to become. Well, he's already, as we know, he's a proven, he's champion, and I'm a fighter who's trying to make it up to get that title.
Is there any difference in your training, drill-wise or sparring-wise? Anything different you're working on?
Well, there's one of the different things is I never have a problem finding sparring partners. There's always someone to spar here. Whether if I was probably to ask Savannah, can I spar Juan? I'm sure he'd probably say go ahead, or Jose, or anybody. I think that's one of the better things here is the fact that I don't have a problem finding sparring partners.
How was your sparring for this fight? Who'd you spar with?
I was sparring a new up-and-comer fighter, Lonnie. I don't know his last
Lonnie
name.
Smith, yeah.
And they call him the Black Mexican. So he's a fighter who's who has speed, who's young, and who's hungry. So fighters like that always make you work, man. I mean, they're not afraid to take a few punches to give. So he's giving me some good work. I was sparring with Torpedo, who's a fighter who's heavier, man, who's like a brick wall. So I think sparring's been going good.
Okay, we'll have some of that sparring footage with both Lonnie and Torpedo on Boxing Talk in another video. So now that you're here with Ronnie Shields, what role will Rayon Taveras, your former trainer, have in your corner?
Well, Ray's always been a person, man, that we built up a relationship. We've been together. I was training at Ray's boxing gym for 13 years, so I started off with Ray. And one thing my nephew once told me, man, he's younger than me, but he's pretty wise, and he told me, Theo, he called me Theo Ricky. He goes, you know what, Theo Ricky? Never take away what's gotten you where you are today. Always add. So don't ever take away. So I always tell myself, man, my coach Ray got me where I am today. So I'm not going to take away. I'm going to keep him with my team. I'm not going to be the type of person, It was up to him, and luckily he was willing to work with me and say, you know what, I'm with you all the way, Rocky. So I think I'm going to have him in my corner as my cut man. Ray's pretty experienced in working cuts, and he had pro fighters. So I'm going to have him in my corner as a cut man, and, he's still with me to today. Another good thing is the fact that, him and Ronnie can always, while I'm fighting, can always exchange game plans. And, two minds are better than one.
The way I see it, I mean, nobody knows you better than Ray, and I think
Exactly.
it's best to have him in the corner and contributing. Yeah. Talk real quick, and everybody who sees you fight is going to notice a new tattoo on your back. Talk about your new artwork.
Well, it's not done, man. It was a 6-hour job they did on my back. It's an eagle with the American and the Mexican flag with boxing gloves on the bottom. And it was a 6-hour job that I couldn't deal with the pain after 6 hours. So I told him, you know what, hold back, go ahead and just finish that, because the job's not done. I'm supposed to get more done to it. But I guess I've been too lazy and just not really been wanting to go back and finish it. But maybe after this fight, I'm going to go back and finish it. I'm not even going to worry about it. The fight's already, 1 week away.
And do you want to talk about your new nickname?
Oh, one of the trainers called me Iron Man. I don't know, Tony Starks or something like that. For the fact that I don't know. I mean, I'm a fighter who's always trained hard and
hard work in the gym too.
And I think he sees that, and another good thing is the fact that I'm training here, man. You work with other good fighters in the gym that it motivates you. So it pushes you to want to work harder.
Well, Box Talk fans are going to see a video of you working out the other day, specifically the 12th round, the 10th through 12th rounds. You had a really tough workout the other day. The championship rounds, you worked your ass off.
Against who?
The Torpedo sparring and then the body bag with Creed.
Oh yeah.
That was a good workout.
It was a good workout. I mean, like I said, Torpedo's a bigger guy. He was probably like 30 pounds heavier than me. And, he's the type of person that you hit him, dude, and he don't move. He's a brick wall. So when you get a guy like that, you have to move and move and move. And he's a heavy puncher.
Cool. Talk about, I don't want you to look too far ahead, but what about after this fight, your progression? What do you want to be in line? Who do you want to fight? And do you want to send a message to the other title holders?
Well, I believe this fight is going to be for an interim title. I think it's the WBO or the WBA. I'm not sure. I'm just fighting, man. They're going against Chris John in September. I think my promotion, Golden Bull Promotions, have my schedule already lined up for this year. So they had it lined for me to fight three fights this year. So I've already fought. This will be my second fight, May 5th, and everything goes well, I'll be fighting in September for the title, hopefully. If not, maybe I get a chance to fight any other champions out there in the 126 pounds. Whoever title holders have the belt. I think my main goal right now is not to show my ability and show the fans and the world that, you know, who Rocky Juarez is. My goal right now, I think I've proven, you know, I'm a top legitimate fighter in my weight division, that my main goal right now is to fight for a world title. I think that's my main goal, regardless of who I'm fighting. I mean, I could be fighting a bigger name, but if he doesn't have the title, why fight him? I want my title first. Then, you know, I mean, it's a business where you have to think about your life earnings. And one thing I've learned is you make more money if you have a belt, and that's just the way it is.
Sure. All right, Rod. Good luck out there. Looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.